welcome back. And Coach, Arizona State comes to town, and it's a hot Arizona State team right now, playing some tremendous football. They lead the Pac-12 South, have jumped out ahead of everybody else. A big win this last week against Utah. It's a team offensively and defensively playing on all cylinders, and we'll talk about the offense first. A new QB this year. He was there last year, but obviously he's leading the offense this year and doing a great job of it. Osweiler, 6'8", very good athlete, and is doing a great job for the Sun Devils this year.
He does. Throws the ball all over the place. Got an extremely strong arm. A lot more athletic than you think a 6'8" kid would be. Actually had a basketball scholarship to Gonzaga and turned that down to go to Arizona State and play quarterback, but he can beat you with his feet. Kept some drives alive in the Utah game, and and bought himself some time to throw the ball. Got a slew of receivers that have been around for a long time, and then a really tough, hard-nosed, physical running back in Cameron Marshall. So they've got a lot of weapons on the offensive side of the ball.
Well, you mentioned some of the receivers: Robinson, Jamal Miles, Aaron Pflugrad, Mike Willie have combined 96 catches for 12 touchdowns, and they're all about even in relation to how many catches they have. So it's tough to focus on one guy.
It is, and they do a great job of spreading it around to all, both of their outside receivers, both of their inside receivers, and they run a lot of motion and try to change the look on you so that they can free some guys up. They throw a ton of bubble screens, a ton of quick screens, but you can't gang up on those because they'll throw screen and go on you, and they can throw the ball over the top. So it's a really, really good attack, and it's going to stress our defense this week.
And it's a confident offense right now, it looks like, too, isn't it?
It is. When they've got one loss on the season at Illinois, by 3 points to an undefeated Illinois team. They beat Missouri at their place. They beat USC. They beat Oregon State, and then they had a huge win over Utah last week. So they're coming in on a roll.
Well, defensively, a very active defense. They were active last year too, but this year +8 in the turnover takeaway ratio piece of it, and it's all because their defense, particularly the last 4 games, 18 takeaways on the season, 17 in the last 4 games, and 7 interceptions in the last 2 games. So it's a defense that makes a lot of plays. DBs, linebackers, and defensive line are all active players.
All active, and they've played a ton of football for them. They've got 30 seniors on their team. Most of those guys all played against us 2 years ago. They've got a core group of guys that have played a lot of football. They've got a great understanding of where they're supposed to be and what their responsibility is within that defense. Their defensive staff's been together for a long time, so the kids really understand the scheme, and they are a ball-hawking defense. And I think they're 3rd in the country in takeaways right now. So they were +5 on Saturday against Utah, and that's the difference in a football game.
Yeah, get in those extra possessions, the short field. That's what they did against Utah too. They gave their offense some short field to be able to get points.
They did, and their offense thrived off of those turnovers that their defense created for them. So it's going to be really incumbent upon us to not turn the ball over, be a real good ball security team, and not allow their defense to create opportunities for their offense.
Well, there's some guys obviously defensively. Eddie Elder, Clint Floyd making a lot of tackles, but still a lot of the focus of that defense goes back to Burfict, the linebacker, 29 total tackles, 5 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, an interception. That ought to kind of tell you just in a little bit of a nutshell how active their defense is and how active he is.
Yeah, he's the heart and soul of that defense and has been since he got there. Physical football player, everything kind of revolves around him, everything is funneled to him, but he can blitz and come off the edge. They move him around a little bit so he's not always in the same spot. Tough, hard-nosed physical player that will be in a lot of stripes during the game, and we're looking forward to the challenge.
And Dennis Erickson's experience of bringing a team like that, he's played a lot of different places, so even though Autzen Stadium is a tough place, he's been here a few times, he's been a lot of other places. It's tough to play.
Dennis seems like he's been everywhere, so really the dean of the coaches in the league, and has won a national championship when he was in Miami. He's had success everywhere he's been, so and this may be his best Arizona State team coming in here, so we're looking forward to it.